start our meeting. My name is Shauna Step Jones. I am your Sergeant at Arms, and I am officially calling our meeting into session. This is Morgan State University Toastmasters Club. That is club number 979269, the best Toastmasters club in town. You are in the right place if you are looking to improve your public speaking, if you just want to become a more confident leader, or if you want to test out your virtual tech tools. This is a great opportunity for you to put all of those skill sets in use. We ask that we have a few ground rules, and those rules are: first, we ask that if you are not speaking, that you please mute your mic. Again, we ask that if you are not speaking, that you please mute your mic. Our second rule is if you have to move around, we ask that you please cut off your camera to avoid distractions. Again, if you have to move around, we ask that you please cut off your camera to avoid distractions. Also, keep in mind that we are streaming live from Facebook as well as Zoom. So be sure to go back and check yourselves out and see how well you did or areas where you can improve. At this time, I am going to pass the mic over to our wonderful president, Mr. Robert Tyree.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. My name is Robert Tyree, and I have the pleasure of serving you guys this term. Just want to do a quick temperature check. Just want to see how everyone is feeling this evening. So drop in the chat. How's your day coming along? Drop in the chat. How's your day coming along? I'm gonna tell you how my day is coming. My day is amazing because I get the opportunity to hear some amazing speeches. Oh, it's coming. I see fantastic. It's a great Monday. So I just want to thank everyone for very productive. Thank you, Jessica. All right, y'all. So thank you so much for just being here. You could have been anywhere on the earth, but you decided to drop in to MSU's Toastmasters. So we have a jam-packed agenda for you today. We have two amazing icebreaker. We have some table topics. We're just coming from an amazing event last week with our very own Brian O's, who had an amazing spotlight speaker. So if you did not get an opportunity to hear some of his key points, definitely you can check out the YouTube or check us out on Facebook. Definitely had plenty of gems, but I'm actually going to pass it back to Shauna because she is actually our Toastmaster of the evening. So Shauna, I'm going to throw it back to you. And would you be so kind to do the honors?
Thank you, Mr. President. Sure, I can be the Toastmaster, but I see Ms. Crystal York is online. So Ms. Crystal, am I going to be the Toastmaster tonight, or do you want to take the mic? Whichever way you want to flow, we going to go. So how does it work?
Well, now that I'm here, good evening, everyone. I apologize for my tardiness, but I can take the reins if you are okay with me doing that. I can go ahead and do that. But again, good evening, everyone. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. I'm so glad that you were able to join us this evening. I am the Toastmaster. Again, I apologize for my tardiness. My role here is to just be sort of like the MC. That's what the Toastmaster role is in our meetings. And so as our president, Mr. Robert Tyree, so graciously explained, we have two individuals that are going to be giving their icebreaker, and we are very excited about them. But before we head off to those two, I would like to introduce the folks that will help us in the meeting, facilitate just how the meeting flows. And so we have our all accountant and grammarian, and that person is our VP of Education, Miss Natasha Brown. Would you like to get on and describe your role, Miss Brown? Natasha?
I'm here. Hello. Good morning. Good evening. Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. It's me, Toastmaster Natasha Brown, that will be your accountant grammarian for this evening. So what I'm looking for are our filler words, things that we say to take this space when we're really just trying to think about what we're going to say next. So we're going to pause, or we can just use the filler words and just have an opportunity for growth. All right. I'm also going to be taking a look at grammar. So subject verb agreements. If we're talking singular, we're not talking plural. So or I'm trying to give you all an example. There's one houses. I just had to give a random example. There's one house, not houses. So we just want to make sure that our subjects and verbs are aligned. And that is what I'll be taking a look for today. Thank you, Ms. York.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. Really appreciate that. And so our next person that will be helping us with our meeting will be our timer for the evening. And on the agenda, we have Ms. Shauna Stapp Jones, but I'm not sure if that is correct.
Taxpayer request that prevailing rules and
Ms. Brown, you're so who is
Yes, I am the timer. Thank you.
Okay.
Toastmaster. Welcome back to me. Here I am. I am your official timekeeper for the evening. And as your timekeeper, it is my responsibility to keep the speeches within a certain timeline. So for our icebreaker speeches, they have 4 to 6 minutes to speak. At 4 minutes, they will see a green background come behind me. And at 5 minutes, they will see yellow. And then at 6 minutes, they will see red. And at that time, we want you all to wrap it on up and close your speech. For the table topics session, each speaker will have 2 minutes to speak impromptu on a topic. And we encourage you all to at least speak for 1 minute. And we really, really encourage our guests to participate in this part of our meeting. As far as the time guidelines go, at 1 minute, you will see a green background. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, you will see yellow. And at 2 minutes, you will see a red background. And that is the duties of the timekeeper. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Ms. Shauna Stapp Jones. Appreciate that. And so right now we are going to go straight into our icebreaker speeches. And so we have up next, well, not next, well, actually next, but first is Miss Sarah Jones. So Miss Sarah Jones, if you would like to come up to the mic and let's everyone give her a round of applause as she steps up to speak.
Hello. Okay. Hello, Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. Sarah, who am I? Good question. I am a project manager at Verizon. I am an agile methodologies and information technology coach. I teach information technologies teams about agile. I am a stepmother of 2, a grandmother of 4. Notice I did not say a wife. That's old and that's done and that's over. I am a great friend, a confidant, and a godmother to many. I am a motherless and fatherless child. I say child because when you lose your parents in your 40s, you revert back to being a child. You still want your mommy and your daddy. It will always impact you. It has impacted me, and it's been 2 years, and I'm still being impacted by it. I am many things. I cannot say that I am one thing because I am many. To say that I am one thing will cause me issues because I don't fit in one box. In the words of Mel Schwartz, of A Mind Shift, the author of A Mind Shift, a better question to ask instead of who am I would be, how would I like to experience life? I like to experience adventures. You know, people who ask, who am I, usually are struggling with their identities and searching for themselves. The irony is that the more you seek identity and trying to identify yourself, 9 times out of 10, you're losing yourself because you can't really figure out who you are. You know, you don't really know who you are if you really have to question it. That was me. Since the death of my parents, I've been questioning everything because I was a caregiver for so long. So I realized that I shouldn't ask, who am I? The emphasis shouldn't be who you are, but facilitating the emergence of what you would like to experience. I would like to experience life, being a CEO of Agile Innovations, being well-spoken, well-read, and well-traveled. I like to help others who are less fortunate than I am. I like to be a blessing to anybody that I come in contact with. I would like to live beyond the rose-colored glasses. I want to see life up close and personal, one adventure to the next. I spent so many years living for others. It's time for me to live for me. And I'm glad to be a part of Toastmasters and glad that I can be a part of this and learn to grow with just being me. I want to see life up close and personal. I said that, but one adventure to the next. And what I'm realizing is that any and everything can be accomplished. If I can dream it, I could do it. And I'm trying to broaden my dreams right now. I strive to be fearless, embrace my flaws, be unapologetically me, strengthen my relationship with God, laugh more, love more, and I want to be the best version of me that I can be. That's who I am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for that wonderful speech. You did an amazing job, and I will allow your evaluator to give you the feedback from your icebreaker, but kudos to you for doing your first icebreaker speech. So now we are going to move along with our next speaker who will be doing their icebreaker. And this young lady is not a stranger to MSU Toastmasters. We are so happy to have her back with us. And she has shared a little introduction about herself, and I am going to read that. And here goes. So, Ann Janice Burton, also known as Sunshine, is a woman's empowerment coach. She specializes in helping mothers take control of their lives by prioritizing themselves first. She has been a mother in many forms. First, a single mother, then a stepmother, and now a mother of 3. As a mom, she has often been told that she should not prioritize herself and that her feelings do not matter. After listening to other women tell her the same story, but through the lens of their own lives, she decided that it was time these women were uplifted and able to express their individuality instead of being just a mom. By prioritizing her own life, she has been able to build stronger bonds with her children, allow herself to be loved in a healthy relationship, and pursue her dreams by walking in her purpose. She plans to help other moms do the same. Toastmasters and guests, I present to you Miss Anjanice Sunshine Burton. Can we all give her a round of applause?
Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here. First, this speech is going to require participation. So if everyone could just press spacebar for me and say, I got it. I want to hear you all as I'm speaking sometimes. So hit spacebar, say, I got it.
I got it.
Yes, there we
got
go.
it.
Got it.
I got
Yes.
it. Woo-hoo.
Awesome. And if you know where the chat is, type in the chat here. Sometimes I'm going to ask you guys to type in the chat. Awesome. Awesome. You all are pros at this. Okay. So first thing you need to know about me is I love a good game night. My favorite games are charades, taboo, gestures, heads up, family feud, most types of guessing games. Type heads up in the chat if you've ever played heads up. Yes, Crystal has. Okay. Olio has. Type what in the chat if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Natasha doesn't know. Okay. So heads up is a charades game where your friends yell out clues at you to get you to guess the word that is on the screen. I had hosted a game night and we started out with heads up. I want everyone to type what they think this word was. Everyone in the crowd looked at me and they said, raw. What would be your guess if you were playing heads up or charades and someone looked at you and said, raw? Natasha said lion. Crystal said lion. Shauna said bear. That's a good one. My guess was dinosaur. Now, not Busta Rhymes. My guess was dinosaur. I know that may seem a little bit off book. Let me explain to you why. My daughter has a dinosaur mask and it's floating around this house. She's 2 years old. She loves this thing. And she puts it on. And when she puts it on, she chases you and she says, raw. And you have to run from this 2-year-old. She is now a dinosaur saying raw, and you have to run. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever been immersed in an environment so long that it altered your perception of reality? The word was lion, but I saw dinosaur. Good evening, Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. Your environment greatly affects how you see the world. I had an environment of people who loved and cared for me, but also enabled me to complain and be poor. Poor, not in the sense that you may have heard, poor as in passing over opportunities repeatedly. The question of the day is, who am I and why did I rejoin Toastmasters? I am rejoining Toastmasters for the third time, not only because it's a charm, but because I now know the value of a positive environment. I am here because I have something to say. I am a woman who is determined not to let her circumstances be her reality any longer. I choose to be in an environment that will nurture me and help me grow. I choose to be in an environment full of amazing people doing amazing things, as that is now the mindset I am in. Can I hear someone say amazing? Hit the space bar, say amazing.
Amazing.
That's it.
Amazing.
I choose to bump shoulders with future millionaires, current millionaires, and everything in between. I am here because I have something to say, and I know I am ready to spread my message to those who need and are ready to receive it. I challenge everyone here to take a look at your environment. Really, take a look at your environment. I gave a lighthearted example of how your environment can affect your reality, but the truth is, there are some toxic environments that you may be in that you may need to get out of. Is your environment serving your purpose? Also, if you are not a Toastmaster, I challenge you to be prepared to receive an environment that will be conducive to your growth. And that could very well be here at the best Toastmasters in all of the countries, MSU. Thank you so very much.
Amazing.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that great speech. And we look forward to hearing what the feedback that you'll receive from your evaluator this evening. So now we are going to go to one of the most fun parts of our meeting, and that is the table topics portion. And so our table topics master is Mr. John Gilmore. So John, step up to the mic.
Thank you. Thank you. I will just get into it. Can I get some volunteers, please? How many people? I think we have enough for 4 or 5 people, or just 4?
I think we could do 4. I think we could do 4. Yep.
Okay. Can I get 4 people? I need a crew.
I would like to call out Casey and Marsha. I know you guys are here. Casey, Kendra, I'll hop on. Marsha, hop on. This is for the guests.
I see Jess raised her hand too. So that's 3. One more. And we have Rob, so that's 4.
Oh. That's all he wants for?
We got 4 people?
Okay.
Yes.
I think it's time for 5.
Okay, if we want to try for 5, if our president, Mr. Robert Tyree, says we can go for 5, then we are going to go for 5. Are you good with that, table topics master?
I am. Thank you all for joining. We're about to go commit some felonies. Y'all ready?
All right.
A very great speaker said that the graveyard is the richest place on earth because it's filled with hopes, dreams, wealth, things that are not claimed yet. We're going to rob it. So are y'all ready? It's going to be very, I guess. Who is the first person that's going to jump in on this?
I'm down for the cause, John.
Thanks for having my back, Rob. Rob, that's funny. All right. 1 through 5, Rob.
Man. I got 5 on it, John. Yes, 5.
Okay. What dream did you have that you feel you will regret for not completing? We need to bring it to life.
Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. I'm sorry, John, I cannot go with you on this heist because you're talking about dreams that I have not fulfilled or won't. And that is not part of my vocabulary. John, see what's happening right now. I believe there's a term by Langston Hughes called dream deferred. And the deferred means, we should all know it if you've been to college and you've been making payments. It's called a defer when you take that payment that you owe and you put it towards the back. And that is my dream, right? I just pushed it a little far back, but now I'm in this different, I say realm or desire where it's time to snatch everything that once was took in or stolen or forgotten or just lost somewhere. I got my backpack. Y'all can see the backpack, and I'm ready to grab everything that I've lost. I think that we just gotta find the right crew, have the right tools and the right mindset, and anything that you desire, anything that you want, it's yours for the taking. So I have businesses with an S, right? I'm grabbing that back. Financial freedom, I'm snatching that back. Multiple sources of income, I'm on to that. Just being able to do what I want, vacations, family and friends, more basketball, coaching, camping. These are all things that I desired once, but now I'm living it. So if you're ready to snatch everything that you might have lost, the enemy has stolen, and you're ready for the ride, me and John will be in a green van somewhere around Morgan State at 8 o'clock. So just see the green van. It'll say fresh to the soul because we're trying to refresh the soul as we're going graveyard digging. And John, I'm ready. But are you?
I'm ready, Mr. Robert. Can we get our next cohort? Who's the next person?
I will go. I volunteer as tribute.
Thank you. All right, pick a number from, we already have 5 going, out of 1, 2, 3, or 4.
I'm gonna go door number 4.
Okay, we all had our dream jobs as children. That's when we were more likely to just shoot for the stars. When you were a child, what was your dream job? And then, would you resurrect that or not?
Okay. Well, hello, Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. My name is Jessica Dorch, and I'm obviously new, and I'm just throwing myself into it because I believe that that's, how you truly make a change. You got to get up off your butt and you got to do something. So I'm uncomfortable, but I'm here and I'm ready to work. And this is actually something that's really funny because when I was younger, I actually saw in my head that my dream job was any job where I had to dress up for work. And I'm talking about dress up as in business professional, the full blown suit, the little kitten heels, the nice little designer bag, shade, hair done, nails done, everything done, just looking like that. And it's so funny because I have never had a job like that. And so as I grew up, went through high school, college, and even, got into the work world professionally, I never was, in that realm where I had to wear the suit, where I had to look like that picture of myself that I had in my head all those years ago as a kid. So it's so funny because I recently just changed jobs. And I am now in a job where I have to dress up, where, wearing a suit to work is something that everybody does. it's very normal. And so it's so funny that you should even say that. And I don't believe that anything is by accident. I do believe in God. I am spiritual. So I know that this was just for me. And that is just more confirmation that I'm exactly where I need to be, which makes me feel really good. But yeah, so I'm in a job where now I am buying suits on a regular, buying nice dresses on a regular. I'm still working on the designer bag, but I'm getting there. And it's so funny, because I actually had this thought about myself a while ago. I was really like, wow, I'm doing what I said I was gonna do. Or I am, what I saw myself as being all those years ago, if that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling at this point, but yeah, I'm there, and I didn't know it. It kind of just happened, but I'm like, okay, it's kind of cool to see life come full circle. So that's it.
I love it. And I am psychic. However, this place does that to you. Just like Coach Angie came up here and told us all, we still haven't seen a poor person in here yet. We are two for two right now. I love it. All right, we need our next cohort.
I'll go next.
Okay, we have 2, 3, and 1.
I'm gonna do number 3. And I'm gonna join you on this heist.
That's what I love it. You can't let them see your face. No evidence. All right. Mr. Daisy Pusher here went down without doing something. Has anyone ever told you that you couldn't do something, and because of that, you didn't do it? And will you do it now?
Can you restate the question?
Has anyone ever told you that you couldn't do something, and because of that, you actually didn't do it? And will you do it now? You're also included if someone else hasn't.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Table Topics Master. Miss Brown, I see that your passion is working with the youth. I see that your purpose is to inspire and motivate these youth, but maybe not in the classroom. Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, I want to invite you into a real life experience where my administrator told me in my post-observation conference that I'm amazing, but not in the classroom. The topic asked, did I listen? For a moment, I got defeated. Prior to that statement, I had been literally begging for help. Flourishing in the places where I had the most skill, loving on the kids, creating a safe environments, getting those SEL points out there, even though I taught math, giving the kids what they need, while trying to understand all of the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. So without getting any help, I did stop trying. I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere. And one November, I said, Lord, let me know what you have me here for. I don't want to make this wilderness 30 years when it's really supposed to be 3. So can you please show me why you have called me here? And all I heard was differentiation. You know how to teach these kids. You know how to see these kids, know what they need. And you're not going to allow someone to steal your joy, to steal your purpose, because they can't identify how you do what you do. So go in there and be you. And that's what I did. I turned that thing around. I reached out to the person who was able to assist me. And when I went into my next observation, I was highly effective. You know, in a word, they say your enemies will be your footstool. I won't claim it as an enemy, but what I will say that after that observation, the statement was a lot different. Let me take that back, Ms. Brown. You're very effective in the classroom. So maybe we should just communicate so that we can understand this new way that you are bringing to our students. Thank you for this opportunity. And thank you for your question.
I love all of y'all, man. I do. That's amazing. All right, who else? We have, who's next? Two more spots.
One is a magic number.
You're picking the right ones. All right. Is there something you wish you would have shared or told someone that you did not? Come on, can you hear me, Tyrone?
Oh, I hear you. Oh, now I hear you. I forgot. I didn't know you were calling me out. But position, absolutely. I was an MBA student tutoring Kendrick Tillman. We were classmates, and we were doing accounting. And that course was one that I was rusty in, but I had understanding, and it was one that he had no understanding of. And when we first got in class, he was looking for help as much as he could because he was in a new landscape where I was coming back to an old one. And he, in our groups, he trusted me and about two others to tutor him. And I was the one who would be, or at least not the one who would see myself as a tutor or as a tutor. I was more of a guide or tutee. But after in my head, some walls, finally know how to reach and teach in some degree, a bond was formed. And at the end, he got his B going on to an A. And he said, "You got a friend in me." What I wish I would have said at that moment was, "Thank you for trusting me in this." Because to be chosen to tutor someone, you're really gifting yourself or really being put in a place of trust. And the 2T is in your hands. You don't want to be in a space where you wind up hurting unintentionally instead of helping. Because when you're a tutor, you're coming to help people at the broken places get strong. When you're a teacher, you're trying to help them get totally strong at every place, broken or not. But I would like to have said thank you back then. I've said it later, and I appreciate him calling me on that space. But I was out of my, or rather, drop kicked into comfort because I grew in the space of comfort. It was a place that was unknown to me, but I guess you could say at the end, I was better for it, and so was he. And I thanked him later on, and I wish I would have thanked him at the end of the journey. Because he certainly thanked me. Concluded. I'm finished, John.
Sorry about that. That was awesome. Thank you. I know there's plenty of things that I wish I could go back and tell some people, but just gonna think about the future. We have one more left. I think, was that you, Trivia, or was that someone else?
I said me. I can do it.
Awesome. I feel like you might have had some type of invention or thought of something that you wanted to create and is there somewhere. Did you make it, or will you go and claim it?
Okay, good evening, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, featured Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Whew, an invention. I never thought about inventing anything, but since you asked, I would love to invent something where students don't have to go to school, but they can play to learn all day, every day. I feel like when we force children to learn things through a book, when we automatically know that they love playing, it wastes the teacher's time, it wastes the students' time, it wastes the principal's time because we're grading them on things that they have no clue about. But what if we created something where they can learn and play all at the same time? That they can learn and play multiple different ways, sometimes outside, sometimes in the classroom, sometimes even at grandma's house. And we can grade them based on their learning because we know that they're learning their ABCs. It's interesting to me to watch a 2-year-old say their ABCs like nothing because they watch TV all day or YouTube, and other kids that's in school every day can't even spell their name. They can't even identify letters. But if we meet them where they are and we allow education to be based on what they have to offer, and then we fit their needs, we'll have a better opportunity of having children who are in elementary school at least, who knows the words, the curriculum. We have students that will pass because we know that they know the work, not based on a test that somebody else created that's above their head, but they'll pass because we heard and we've seen them give us the answers and the feedback. If I was to invent something, it would be play all day for students where they can learn and play at the same time. Thank you, Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and distinguished guests.
MSU, y'all amazing. This heist has been very large. We got our money's worth. There's so many, all of you have accomplished your dreams. You've invented something. You told people messages that you're not going to go. You're not going to go ahead and pay this toll on the other side. We're going to live it here. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for participating.
Thank you so much, John. We appreciate you being the table topics master. And I'm so glad that I didn't have to find any bail money out of my purse because, and please forgive me, Miss I Counter and Grammarian, Miss Natasha Brown, but I ain't got it. Okay. Thank you. So now we are going to move right along on our agenda, and I'm going to introduce our general evaluator for the evening, and he will take it away. That is our president, Mr. Robert Tyree. Step to the mic. Mr. Robert Tyree, president.
Yes, ma'am. I was looking for the button. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. My name is Robert Tyree, and this evening I will be your general evaluator. And my role is actually to evaluate the meeting. But before doing so, I would like to call up a couple of my companions who will help me navigate through the evaluation process. So I would like to call up Trivia Payne, who is our first evaluator, and she will be evaluating Sarah Jones. Trivia?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Tyree. Sarah, you did your icebreaker speech. First of all, it was amazing. We will all walk through who you are, and we learned something. And if nobody else learned something, I learned. I learned that it's not about forming my identity because we lose our identity, but I learned that we need to know what experiences we want to reach. And your speech really put me in a zone because that's one of my biggest struggles. What did you do well? You gave us who you are. As an icebreaker speech, we need to know who we're working with. We need to know how we can better help you. We need to know your ins and your outs, and you gave us that very well. You also expressed yourself well. You were moving your hands and your head, and I could see it, but I would recommend that you stand up when you give your speech. I also would recommend that you have eye contact. I know that sometimes, especially when you're new, you're looking down at your paper, but get a little bit confident because you're telling us who you are. So you know who you are. So walk in that confidence, knowing that you are the next future Toastmaster championship speechwriter who's telling your story. Your clarity was very well. You can do a little bit better with your vocal variety. I would say a 4. Again, your eye contact, I would have given you a 3. Gestures, I would have given you a 3. Audience awareness, I would have definitely given you a 5. Your comfort level, I would have given you a 4. And your interest, I would have totally given you a 5. Thank you, Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and distinguished guests.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trivia, for that detailed evaluation. Next on the agenda, we have Olio Samuels, and he'll be evaluating Coach Angie, aka Sunshine.
Greetings, fellow Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. It was a pleasure for me to evaluate Ms. Sunshine on this speech. Now, I went over some things. I did a whole full evaluation for you and everything like that. I'll get you on the email. But here's what I want to start off. The first thing, here's how I like to start off. The first thing you did was you grasped the audience. You started it off with, hey, press that space bar and say, I got it, right? Or type in the chat, right? Let us know you're here. And that's what we did. Now, I was a little confused because I didn't realize that you had to hold down the space bar. So I just pressed it and I kept saying it, but I was like, she's not hearing it. Mine doesn't work until I realized you had to press and hold. So I'll just say, maybe make sure people know to press and hold the space bar, but that was probably on me. You know, I had a learning curve on that, right? So, but you never know sometimes if people might not be that clear on certain things. But you grasped the audience immediately. The audience engagement was incredible. So here's what I said that you may want to work on. I would do maybe some dramatic pauses to just give emphasis when you're saying certain points, because your vocal variety, your clarity was A1. You excelled, 5s on both of them. Your clarity flowed, the way you were speaking, you were easily understood, and they had that exemplary, as they say. You excelled at that. What I will say that you could work on and challenge yourself will be in your eye contact and your gestures. Your eye contact was great when it comes to having contact with your audience, but you're also graded on eye contact when you do speeches on how you can convey your emotions and expressions. So what you could do, maybe from the heads up, when you're saying you may have had difficulties, you could have used your eyes to also express, along with the gestures, to express like, difficulty, or relief. So it's just different ways you can move your eyes that it's like with the gestures, or maybe even putting something in front of you, or you shaking, what can just enhance your speech by just using those gestures along with the eye to give different emotions, which we, the audience, can feel. So that's what I challenge you to do. And one way could be to stand up, because when you're standing up, your hands can't be below the frame of the computer. So what happens is when we're sitting down, it's hard to try to throw gestures from right here because it may block off visibility. So what we could do is when we stand up, just take a couple of steps back. So that way it's more fluid. And the motions, as we're doing different things and giving those different expressions, we actually have that space to move around and play with it and be comfortable with it. You had a very you were very comfortable during your speech, very profane. That was wonderful. So I challenge you to add that with now utilizing gestures and utilizing your eyes to express your emotions in your next speech. Looking forward to the next one. Thank you for an awesome speech. Toastmasters, that's my time.
Thank you, Olio, for that evaluation. Next, I want to bring up Natasha Brown, and she'll be the owl counter and grammarian. Natasha.
Hi, good evening. Here's my report. I will say it was a pretty amazing night. Starting off with Miss Sarah Jones. Every time I hear you speak, I just think about the first time you were speaking and how, you took that feedback and came back with it and implemented it in your next speech. And I saw you doing that today as well. You paused and paced perfectly. PPP. Angie, I know I'm not sure evaluated, but I wrote this down. Your audience engagement was amazing. You said, okay, and so, those were your two filler words. And you literally didn't need them. I think it's like second nature, maybe just saying them in transition, but there was no need for pause. You kind of were just flowing. So I just did. Take a moment, pause, and just go into that next sentence. Crystal, I said awesome pacing as well. And then I started to notice that you were dragging out your words just a little bit. So I would say that is what you do. That's what you do instead of actually saying, so, you just kind of drag your words out. So I would say, think about what you want to say and then start saying it as soon as you're ready. John, in the beginning, you had a little stutter, I think, when you were reading your table topics. That was it. After that, there was a flow. Rob, the second time, I feel like this is the second time. You said tooken, taken, and also so and Jessica, same thing like Coach Angie, you had a flow about your talk. You had a flow about your speech. It was like I was listening to a storyteller or just having a conversation. So, somebody catching my souls too. What I would say is just think about what you want to say, and it's okay to pause. You had a couple so's, but that is what we say in conversation, and that's why you're here. So amazing place for you to be. And I laughed at them kitten heels, sis. Okay. Natasha, I tried. I couldn't do myself, y'all. Tyrone, you were breaking up a little, so I didn't know. I could not adequately evaluate your speech because I could not really hear you. So I didn't want to say you were being fragmented when it was really that, there was a disconnect. Trivia. My suggestion is that we lose the okay in the beginning, okay, and then you got started with your speech. My suggestion is to just snatch that okay and just start with the speech. You said waste is waste. And Rob, the last one you did, I said, great. There wasn't anything. Then Trivia came back and said, learned the first time, but then she changed it herself and continued to say learn. Olio, amazing, great speaking, loved your flow. I'm gonna pause because I'm about to get into evaluation and that's not my role. So thank you all for allowing me to be your all-counter grammarian for this evening. That is the end of my report. Back to you, general evaluator.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
If you can give me a thumbs up, that game right now. So, all right, our next is going to be helping us. This portion will be the timer. Sean.
Good evening, Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. I am your timer, and I'm going to give you all the time report. We had 2 awesome icebreaker speeches. Thank you, Sarah and Coach Andy, for a great speech. Sarah, you completed your speech in 4 minutes and 1 second. So great job on staying within the time limit. Sunshine, you completed your speech at 4 minutes and 56 seconds. So awesome job on that. For our table topics, Rob, your time was 2 minutes, 4 seconds. Jessica, your time was 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Natasha, your time was 3 minutes and 6 seconds. Tyrone, your time was 2 minutes, 17 seconds. Trivia, your time was 2 minutes and 4 seconds. So as the timer, I do want to remind you all that in this part of the meeting, our table topics is 2 minutes, and I believe I need to make sure you pin the timer so that you are aware of your time. Finally, our evaluations. Trivia, your time was 1 minute, 52 seconds. So within the 2 minute evaluation limitation. And Olio, you were 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So again, just want to remind you to pin the timer and stay within 2 minutes. And that is my time report. Thank you. Back to the Toastmaster, Mr. Rob Tyree.
Thank you, Shauna, for that time and report. All right, this is the opportunity for me personally to just give a quick evaluation of the meeting. So I just want to say thank you so much for all the individuals that have spoken today. 2 amazing icebreakers. First, Sarah, amazing job. I was so ecstatic to hear you say that you were going to do your icebreaker during this meeting, and we've been hearing a little bit of glimpse of your amazing ability during table topics, and just to hear your story and just briefly get to know you. I can't wait to hear the next time you talk, because even in your icebreaker, you had a couple mini speeches that you can elaborate and kind of just share your story to the world. So I'm excited just to hear your voice, and I can't wait to see what you're going to become in this setting, and also internationally as well. Coach Angie, it's a pleasure having you back. You said it's the 3rd time. It felt like you never were gone. So we definitely missed your voice. And the same thing for you. There's like many opportunities for you to elaborate on some of the things that you spoke. Did a great job with the interaction with the chat. I think that's sometimes not used, the interaction. Also having us come off of a mic. I think you got a special flow to Sunshine and an amazing voice. I've heard you speak in like open mics things and also in other speeches, but you definitely have a story now. You always had a story, but you have more to tell us. And I can't wait just for the opportunity for you just to share. So continue just to knock speeches out, and I can't wait to see what's next. John, amazing tabletop as always. You always are thinking outside the box. Natasha, I think we found an international speech for you. Your discussion about when someone told you no, I think the way that you dived in it and the way you articulated your viewpoint was different. I think that you really can honestly use that. I say, I think you can take that, because I feel like you can flow and elaborate on that, and it's real. And many individuals, men and female, have gone through the same process where somebody's saying no, but just being able to tap into your voice was amazing. Oh, yo, great job also evaluating and using an example in your evaluations. You spoke about dynamic pause as you were speaking about it, right? You pause. So I thought that was kind of like amazing. You do that often, but I thought just to elaborate on that part, like when you're doing evaluation, it's always great to show what individuals should be doing and give them a lot of example. Some other, I guess, small things. We did start at 7:05. So me personally, I'm going to make sure that we start on 7 o'clock and work on some things in the background. But thank you for the individuals that stepped up in certain roles, and let's continue to be great Toastmasters at MSU. All right, so I am going to pass the back. Crystal as our, I guess you're gonna say the last words for being the Toastmaster of the evening. Crystal.
Well, all right. I am back. Greetings, everyone, again. This evening was an amazing evening. So glad to see everyone's faces. As our president, Mr. Robert Tyree, said, this was a great meeting. I apologize if you hear some dogs barking. It's Animal Kingdom around here, so I'm going to make it quick. But again, great meeting, and thank you all for hanging in with us and for participating and just being great people all around. And I look forward to seeing everyone next week.
Thank you, Crystal. And I'm going to pass it back to myself. All right. So I want to actually bring up Oyo for the treasure moment. So Oyo, I noticed some individuals out here that are enjoying MSU Toastmasters and they might actually want to become a member. Oyo, will you please explain the process on how to become a member at MSU?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And while I'm sitting here in the jungle, as you can see, it's scary out here, man. And I'm gonna tell you why it's so scary, because we don't have this great community of people when we're out here in the jungle to be around. But what's this? Is this a Zoom that I see that I can virtually interact with y'all? Yes, that's true, everyone. So if you enjoyed yourself today, understand this is just a tip. All right, just a tip, a tiny tip of the iceberg. All right, it's something so much enormous underneath that you have not seen, that you have not been able to experience yet, that is waiting for you to be a member, to join Toastmasters, where you can now get the credibility of being that esteemed guest. But now you're like, no, I'm a member, and bringing guests, and to get credit for that. Listen, we got to talk some money, y'all. How much is it? Some people thinking it's $500 a day, $5,000 a year, or maybe $10,000 a month. But to be a member of Toastmasters, it's actually just a one-time fee of $70. Okay, that's it. And that $70 covers 6 months. All right, it starts right now, April coming up. And not only is it only $70, it gets even better. If you've already been a member and you're returning, it's $50. $20 cheaper. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, to be a member of this wonderful club and have access to speak in front of over 300,000 people, access to clubs all around the world from Paris here to Australia, it's that one time of $70. And returning members pay $50. After you pay 71 times, that $20 for your new member pay, you never pay it again. $45 goes to our club. $45 goes to your dues, $5 goes directly to our club, so we can provide refreshments, snacks, get different venues, trophies out there for you, certificates, because we know you are going to be doing some amazing things. All right, so to pay that, you can actually Cash App MSU TM, or you can PayPal. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. So Morgan say Toastmasters at PayPal@gmail.com. I'm gonna send it right now. Put it in the chat, and we'll get you connected, get you an application. And so that way you can write this stuff on your taxes too. All right, this is education. So that means for any business, this is development, it's growth. Write this stuff off of your taxes, but the networking that you get from this is priceless. All right, so let the largesse from these members just come bless us. And everyone needs to be blessed from the greatness that's within you. So thank you. I'm turning it back over to you, Mr. Tyree. I think Mr. Tyree might be having his computer looks like it's a little bit froze. So he'll be joining us momentarily once that computer has stopped freezing. I can see it on my end. And I'm gonna drop.
For are there any guests that would like to come off mute and tell us about your experience? How did you enjoy the meeting, and will you be returning? Thank you, Sarah. You all can come off mute as you feel free. I see Mr. Muhammad, you came on the camera.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, a very great meeting. Thank you very much for having me here. Well, my name is Muhammad Mansur. My hometown country is Indonesia. Okay, and yeah, to be honest, right now I am at East Lansing, Michigan. So when I try to looking for my university Toastmaster club, I just tried to Googling it, searching it, and I found that there is MSU Toastmaster club. I thought it was my university Toastmaster club. So I follow your Instagram, and I see today that there is that we will have a Toastmaster meeting. So I just try to break in your Toastmaster club meeting, and then while you doing your speech, that were a very great speech, and I just find that on Instagram. Wait a minute, this is not Michigan State University. This is Morgan State University. I'm really sorry. Yeah, but I don't know. This is a very good and nice coincidence. I just feel glad to be here, seeing you all do a very good speech. I'm about to try to join and participate at your table topics, but I'm afraid I just screw your meeting. So I will just hold and learning learning your meeting. Thank you.
First of all, yes. Let me just clap it up. Clap it up for all of the things. And I think my sis said, Jessica, I don't know if it was you, but coincidence? No, you are here for a reason. Your presence added something to this meeting. You showed us the value that we give, by having our meeting. So that is an encouragement to us. So if you find Michigan State and you decide to transition, Toastmasters is Toastmasters, but hopefully you're still able to come back and see us as well. All right, because we on a Zoom, we can be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, so remember us. We definitely will remember you. Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to share about their experience as a guest? All right, and I would like to, oh, that's Olio talking about the dues. Okay, thank you. And President, are you back? Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Yes. Is there any other individuals that are on the line? They want to introduce yourself. Tell us, how did you hear about MSU Toastmasters? If it's a different MSU, or did you enjoy the meeting, or will you be coming back? I know Sunshine, you got a couple of friends, I believe.
Kendra had to hop off early, so I'll get her feedback later on. And so did Marsha. She said she enjoyed herself very much. She had to hop on a prayer line and wanted me to send her regards and regrets that she had to hop off. She was truly enjoying the meeting, and she may very well come back. She used to be a part of a Toastmasters, and so she was very interested to hear what we had going on. So.
Thank you so much. Jessica, did you want to share? I know you gave a little bit of information already, but you want to just finish it up for us?
Sure. Well, I had a great time yet again with you all. This is my second time being here, and I already feel that I've grown. So the first time I did like Muhammad did. Okay, I just was on, I was listening, I was very shy. I was like, I don't know if I want to say anything. I don't really know what they're doing. I don't know how the flow is, but I took notes still, even from the feedback that you gave other people who spoke last time. And I applied that to myself, and I knew that tonight, I'm like, no, I'm putting myself out here. I'm going to do it. And so I did it, and I feel really good about it and really confident. And I'm so thankful for the feedback that Natasha gave, and even the feedback that she gave the other speakers. I was able to get some good stuff from her giving them feedback as well. So I'm here. I'm ready to grow. I do plan on sending in my $70 on Friday when that DD hit. Okay. And then I did have one quick question though that I did send to Olio in the chat. I just wanted to know if there was a physical application that I needed to fill out along with the payment. So.
Yeah, if you put your email in the chat, I'll send you over the application.
Thank you.
Awesome, and welcome. And while we're welcoming, I don't know if Sarah is here, but I just want to celebrate her as one of our newest. I know she's here, but here. One of our newest members. Listen, she came in, she visited, and she was like, oh, this is it. And now she just did an icebreaker. So we want to keep that flow going. And thank you. Oh, Sarah. Yes, I was just putting praises to your name, sis. Like,
Thank
keep
you.
doing it. Okay. So welcome as one of our newest members. I just want to say welcome. Come on, everybody. Come off the mute. Show us some love. Thank you, Jessica. I got you.
Thank
I
you.
wanted to share some news that I'm elated about, and I'm going to drop it in the chat. But I know since I've been coming to Toastmasters, it was in preparation for me to really develop my voice and to become a much better leader and confident leader and just more inspiring leader. And so because of the investment of my time into these meetings and just being consistent with my purpose, regardless of what has come in the way, I am finally truly being supported in the way that a Black female engineer inventor should be. And so I just want to drop the news feed, the Baltimore Business Journal news article on Deveneering Lab, my company, and my work in the community and what I'm aspiring to do all 2022 and beyond. So I'm gonna drop that in the chat because I'm really excited about it. So thank you all. Thank you all. This is a result of being consistent with who you are and what you're trying to become and putting yourself in the right environments to develop you.
That's so amazing. Yay! Congratulations.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop.
I'm sorry, that was me. Yeah. Listen, come on, Sean. I've been seeing it online. I got y'all. If y'all can, please share. She's doing some amazing things, and thank you for dropping that gem. Just letting us know what Toastmaster can do for you. So super proud of you and your team. You got it done.
Thank you.
And stronger and stronger. Listen, is there any other amazing gems, anything that's going on in the community that you're involved with that you want to share out before we close this meeting?
Sir President, do you want to talk about Sunday?
Yes. Y'all listen. Thank you. Trivia. Listen, we are about to do something amazing on Sunday, right? We have this internal competition going on. We have our individuals that will be speaking. We have our very own Trivia Payne, who's going to be bringing forth the speech. But no, she's speaking about Trivia. What's your topic? I know it's about your life, but
Trivia. That's my topic. Trivia.
Listen. Make it easier than that, y'all. And listen, every time she has the opportunity to actually share her story, it gets more amazing than the last time. So if you can, please come out and support Trivia. Also, our very own Olio Samuels will be also in the same competitions. So listen, be the opportunity for us to bring home the great in two individuals. We will be sending a email just giving you guys to hop on and be a part. So if you not even if you can, we need you to show up and show out that day. We need you to show up and show out that day. So thank you, Trivia, for reminding us about that.
Thank you.
I'm getting ready to say I'm confused. How we missing 2 more people that's going to be in the competition on Sunday?
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay, our president, Mr. Robert Tyree, will be competing in the table topics competition, and our very own Angela Hamlin will be doing the evaluation contest. She is celebrating her anniversary tonight, so she sends her love. We sending some love back to you, sis.
Thank you. I didn't want to just share all the glory. I just wanted someone else to say that, you know. But also, we also have an open house next Monday as well. So please share the information. We're going to be just sharing what Toastmaster is doing. I think I'm lagging a little bit again. Can y'all hear me? Yeah, so our open house next year's there's going to be some food. There's going to be some music. It is bring your own food. But about just sharing. So if you have friends, family who are wanting to improve the public speaking skills, they've been asking you about Toastmasters and they've been saying, they can make it to. So please share. It'll be on IG, Facebook, MySpace, YouTube. It'll be on everywhere. All right. Any more announcements?
MySpace, Rob.
So we're taking Triv has will for
live, so we can do. All right, thank you, our supporters. We'll see you next Monday, same time, same place, even.
All right. So we have 2 speakers for our next meeting on April the 4th. Miss Natasha and Miss Shauna. So, and I'm just getting my notes out. So we are looking for a Toastmaster. We are looking for 2 table topics master. Oh, I see Angie saying going
she
up.
wants to be Toastmaster.
Okay, so I'm going to take your name off, Miss Sunshine.
For Toastmaster?
Yes, ma'am. So we're looking for 2 table topics masters, 1 general evaluator, and 2 evaluators, and all kind of grammarian and timer. So the first one will fill our table topics role. Olio, can you do table topics?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is open house.
No, the April the 4th.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You can put me as an evaluator. I'll let somebody else get, because I feel like evaluating is harder than table topics. So if we got new people, I'd rather them do something a little bit easier.
Okay.
So I'll take on one of the harder ones.
General evaluator or regular evaluator?
You want to be all kind of grammarian?
Huh? Regular. Me, I'm too harsh for all kind of grammarian. I do regular evaluator.
That's not you. I promise that's not you. There we go. Table topics, Crystal. Is Crystal still here?
I'm here. Okay. I'll do it.
John, would you like to be an evaluator or a timer or accountant and grammarian?
Table topics, right?
We do have more table topics as well.
John the man. John can do anything.
I can do anything. I can be evaluator.
Awesome.
I can do it.
General evaluator?
Wherever you need me.
Got it.
Which one did you choose, Triv?
General.
Okay.
Okay, I will do table topics, and if I need to switch, I will switch. Rob, all kind of grammarian, evaluator, or timer?
Rob's having technical issues. He gonna get back to you on that one. Just you know, forget him.
Evaluator.
Okay, I'm gonna put him down for evaluator. And Sarah, that leaves you. Would you like to be a timer or accountant and grammarian?
I like the way Natasha does the all count of grammarian. I'm gonna do that one.
Awesome. Yes.
Let's see.
Good choice. Good choice. Great choice right there. Great choice. You know, it's a good one.
Is
right
there
there.
anybody that I miss? Nope.
No. Just
Sunshine?
Yep, we still streaming on YouTube. I don't know if you want to cut that off since you co-host.
You know what? I thought I stopped everything. Let's see.
YouTube. Oh, my mic not off. Damn it.